You are now watching Brew News, your number one source in world news. Go f*** yourself.
Yo, what is up? This is Brew News, your number one source in world news. When last we left you with our breaking news, we were detailing the Chinese aggression in Asia. President Xi had just sent a tweet to Prime Minister Modi of India to suck his Asian chode. Can we get that up on the screen? Yeah, there we go. So in the meantime, we have witnessed some troop movement along the Indian border, but not just in India. We've got troop movement in Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and also China has established a front in Pakistan. And although there has been no official tweet sent, we can only imagine by the troop buildup that tweet will be sent out at any moment. Stay tuned to Brew News for your latest breaking news. This just in at Brew News. China has invaded India. Bhutan has already capitulated. Can we zoom in and get a closer look at this? Yeah, seriously. And there goes Bangladesh. Bangladesh has capitulated. Here's a closer look of the Indian-China front. Two countries with over 1 billion people each going at it. This is going to be a godforsaken bloodbath. Look at the Chinese. They are just like a angry hill of ants responding to something that pisses off ants. And boom, Nepal goes down. This just in, eastern India is completely collapsing under the ferocity of the attack by the People's Liberation Army. Can we zoom in and get a closer look at these panzers going nuts? They are absolutely Swiss cheesing the puny defense by the Indian Army. Is there anybody? Is there anyone that can stop the Chinese panzers from rolling? We are getting some of the first casualty reports here at Brew News from the Chinese-Indian War. China has lost approximately 60,000, while India has lost 2 million. We do not lie here on Brew News. Is it not a godforsaken bloodbath? New Delhi has fallen, Kolkata has fallen, Mumbai is just about to fall. Are you not entertained? Boom! Just like that, India has capitulated. We are getting news out of Pakistan that they have officially received the infamous Chode tweet. You know what this means. An invasion is imminent. Breaking news, China has launched its invasion of Pakistan and is absolutely crushing the Pakistani army. I couldn't even get the news out before Pakistan has capitulated. We are getting breaking news in here at Brew News of a Chinese military buildup along the Iranian and Afghani borders. We will keep you... Yes, apparently President Xi has become very lazy with his Twitter account. Just all of the Middle East and every stan that states every stan and all of the Middle East can suck his Asian chode. This could only mean one thing. And just like that, Chinese panzer divisions are storming across Iran and Afghanistan. It should not be long till both of these countries capitulate. I don't know if there is any country or faction out there that can stop the Chinese at this point. Boom! Afghanistan capitulates. As you can see here with our close-up satellite imagery, The Chinese panzers are rolling through Iran pretty much at ease. Without a defense, troops are being overran. Russia's trying to help Iran out. They are getting absolutely crushed. And boom, just like that, Iran has capitulated. We have just got word on an official tweet coming from President Xi. Apparently, it's just a reminder to the stands and the Middle East.
Today's bombs are about to explode. To grab your nuts and suck on the chew.
And just like that, the Chinese have declared war. Turkmenistan joined the CSTO, which is the Russian faction. This could drag Russia into an all-out global war with China. Boom! Turkmenistan has capitulated. So far, no other CSTO member has joined. Oh, there they go. Let's take a look, see who has joined. This just in, apparently every member has joined in the Chinese-Russian war. This is going to be, and let's not undersell this, but a god-forsaken bloodbath. From the satellite imagery, we can tell that China is completely screwed. Can we zoom in here? China has stationed no troops along the Russian border. What complete idiots. Boom! Iraq has capitulated. The country of Armenia is absolutely having its way with China due to lack of troops. This just in, China is losing massive amounts of land. Apparently President Xi just had too much confidence in his Asian chode. He did not properly defend against a Russian invasion, and he is paying the price. Russian troops are now nearing Beijing. We are getting word in at Brew News that President Xi is being forced to deploy units early. These are totally green units being thrown up against the mighty Russian bear. Let me just give you my opinion here. From a newscaster to the millions upon hundreds of millions watching right now. It was President Xi's overconfidence in his Asian chode that was his undoing. Let this be a lesson to all countries and all nations out there. That attack based solely upon the power of the chode, it is very fickle and can leave you. These troops are just too damn slow. Although China has finally got a fallback line to try to hold off the Russians until reinforcements can arrive. Boom! Tajikistan has capitulated. Boom! Kurdistan has capitulated. This just in at Brew News. There are still large infantry divisions trying to hurry their asses off to get to the front. But China continues to lose ground. The chode has completely let them down. President Xi has went into hiding. He believes now his chode...
Lack of discipline!
The only place the Chinese war effort is going good is in the Caucasus, where the CSTO members here are completely screwed. New satellite imagery coming in here to Brew News shows that Chinese forces have finally arrived in Central Asia and it appears to have gotten control of the frontier. However, along the east, Beijing is about to be surrounded. Boom! Tajikistan has capitulated. Word has it, President Xi is in a bunker in Beijing, taking selfies of him and his chode.
Whatever, I do what I want.
We have got breaking news coming in to Brew News. The Russians are closing in on Beijing, and with backup still a shitload of miles away, Beijing may be taken. A boom! Uzbekistan has capitulated. This just in at Brew News. The Battle of Beijing continues. A large infantry army is finally almost arriving. We are getting breaking news in here at Brew News, as you can tell from the still photos. Beijing has fallen. Let's go ahead and get some live views of this. A large infantry army. Boom! Armenia has capitulated. A large infantry army is approaching from the south. Perhaps they can finally stop the hemorrhaging of the Chinese army in the northeast. Boom! Kazakhstan has capitulated. It appears like, from what we are seeing from our satellite imagery here at Brew News, China has finally got the northeast front with Russia stabilized, although only after losing Beijing. What a bitter pill to swallow. Little did the Russians know while they were planning their attack into northeast China that China was deploying two of their best panzer armies for a drive on Moscow. We are getting a breaking news in at Brew News. China has officially launched their campaign to retake Beijing, and boom! It has happened. Chinese infantry divisions have already recaptured Beijing from the Russians. Can we pan out and get a large angle on what is going on? What the front is looking like? There we go. Everything is static along this front. It doesn't appear like it appears like the Chinese are regrouping along this front as they launch their attacks into northeast Russia. We just got confirmation as Beijing was liberated that President Xi sent out a tweet to President Putin that he would be meeting him in Moscow. We are getting breaking news in here at Brew News of a massive offensive launched by the Chinese, which appears to be chewing the Russians to shreds. It's hard to explain the size of this invasion of Russia. They are heading out in all directions, completely wrecking whatever units are in front of them. It is, to not take this lightly, a godforsaken bloodbath. Do we have any statistics that we can bring up on the casualties of this large war? So far, China has lost about 200,000. The combined forces of the CSTO have lost 1.3 million. With this type of savagery, the Chinese and President Xi is going to be in Moscow in no time for that presidential Chode greeting. This just in, Volgograd has already fallen. Rostov appears to be next. The Caucasus are for the most part completely undefended. We are getting breaking news in here at Brew News. Rostov has officially fallen. The Caucasus are about completely under the control of the Chinese army. Moscow is being driven on. Chinese troops have reached the northern expanses of Russian-controlled territory. This is what kind of drive you get when the Russians are completely afraid to engage you. I don't know if these bros have even seen a battle yet. There's no Russian troops anywhere to be seen. And this just in, the Chinese have now declared war on Mongolia. Not even so much as a tweet. What disrespect from President Xi. We are getting a breaking news in here at Brew News. Chinese troops are nearing Moscow, which is mostly undefended at this point. Boom! Moscow has fallen. On the northeast front, the Chinese army has taken back all the land that was lost and then some. The war with Mongolia is winding down. It won't be long until Russia is forced to capitulate. And this just in, Sevastopol has fallen. Boom! This just in, Mongolia has capitulated. We are getting breaking news in from Russia. They are nearing capitulation. Do we have any statistics for the casualties? Can we pull those up? China has lost almost 300,000, while the combined powers of the CSTO have lost almost 2 million. Boom! This just in, breaking news out of Russia. They have capitulated. And with the capitulation of Russia, that puts Communist China on NATO's doorstep. No tweets have yet been sent out. So perhaps peace can now reign again throughout the world. We can only hope that this draws to a conclusion the end of the Third Great War. Oh my. God.